Do you dream of having really healthy seedlings to plant in your garden when the springtime comes? Yeah, I dream of that too. And this is called winter sowing. Um, what we will do is instead of planting seeds inside where they need a grow light, they need adequate heat, they need a fan often, and just the perfect environment, which I don't really have, and I don't have all of that other equipment. So, this is a way that you don't have to have all that other equipment. You can do this just simply by using a little tub, and we will put dirt in it, and this doesn't have to stay in the house. It goes directly outside in the weather, in the snow, in the rain, in the cold, whether it's below freezing or above freezing. There are different times of the year that you plant to do the winter sowing, but for the most part, I think from what I have learned, January is a good month. And depending on where you live, if you're more north, you can do it way earlier. I live more in the south, so I don't want the seeds to grow and get too tall and leggy or whatever they would do before it's time to put them out in the garden. So we're just going to jump right into this, and we will learn together. One of them I've already done, and I'll show you that in a minute. I have already drilled holes. You can see holes in the top of this little container, as well as I put drainage holes in the bottom. Let me take the top off and you might can see that better. I put quite a few in the top. And the reason for this is when they're out in the weather, you need holes for breathing, for one thing, for the air circulation, but you also need that for the snow or the water or rainwater to get through. In the bottom, I drilled, you sort of can see, I think I did like 5 drainage holes. So I'm going to lay the top aside. And then the next thing we're going to do is simply plant them. And to do so, I have purchased a small bag. Oh, by the way, these containers, I believe, when they're 20 quart. And then I picked up a bag of potting mix. You don't want the kind that has the water that like holds water. You just want a regular potting mix. I would have preferred organic, but this is what I could find at my local store. So you want at least 3 inches of soil in the bottom of your container. And the reason for that is so that once your seeds germinate and start to grow, there's plenty of room in the bottom for the roots to grow. So let's get it all cut open here. That'll go in the trash later. All right, so I'm just going to take and dump about half of this bag over into, let's put this so you can see it, sort of. Put about half of this bag in the container. And like I say, so there's 3 inches of soil in the bottom. And I just tell you what, playing in the dirt in the wintertime inside the house is kind of fun. Kind of messy, so I'm on my dining room table and I have just put newspaper underneath. So, all right, so here's the dirt, and this is probably about 3 inches or so. All right, and it's kind of moist feeling anyway, but we will water it once we get the seeds in there. Now the question is, what kind of seeds can we plant in these winter gardens? Usually the young tender plants, maybe like basil, tomatoes, some of those that are not quite as cold hardy might not do so well, but I'm giving it a try, and I kept enough seeds that I can maybe in March do this step again. I still have 2 extra containers that I didn't drill holes in that I could use, but they may not come up, or they may come up and get too big. I don't know. I'm going to try them anyway. That is some of the ones that I'm going to do. A beauty of this step is when your seedlings start to grow as the weather warms up, the sunlight will get to them. Now, speaking of sunlight, I was disappointed and didn't even realize it until today. These lids are white instead of clear. I would have preferred them to be clear so the sunlight could get down through the top, but the containers themselves are a very light clear, so the sun will get to them. But as I was saying, what this does is this keeps you from having to like harden off your seedlings. If you grow them inside, you have to acclimate them to the outside weather. We won't have to do this with these. Once these seedlings come up, and they're going to be stronger because they're going to already be acclimated to the sun and the weather, the cold or whatever. So anyway, let's get to it. So in this container over here, and I don't know if I can show you, I'm just going to show you that I also had markers, and I went ahead and I planted 4 rows. This one was 2 basil, one a purple basil, a regular basil, and then 2 different types of tomatoes. You want to be sure to mark what you're doing. That way you'll know what you're going to be planting when they do come up. And I just put the top back on. I also watered these in after I put them in. I watered them in. So I'm just going to set that one aside. And then, so now these are the little, let me show you the plant markers. I got these kind of little plant markers and then just took a Sharpie and wrote the name of what I had there so I wouldn't forget. So in this container, we're going to be planting broccoli, parsley, and cayenne peppers. Broccoli is one of the ones that this is perfect time to get it in the to start the seedling for our winter garden. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my markers where I want these to be, and I'm just standing them up toward the back, and then in the front of them I will put my seeds. All right, so I've got the markers in like so. All righty, so the first one is broccoli. So, and gosh, if you could see, like there are a ton of tiny, tiny little seeds. So I might do 2 little rows of those. And gosh, there's still a whole lot left. I'm going to put a few more in my hand there. Pressing the seeds down in the dirt, kind of cover the dirt over a little. All right, there's the broccoli. How easy was that? All righty, I'm excited. Okay, so here's this tub of them, and I have made myself a water jug, and I punched holes. I'll let you see. I punched holes in the top to make like a little sprinkler, a sprinkler kind of, just so it doesn't just beat down and like disperse the seeds all over the place. So then you just want to water it good. I'm just going to put the lid on it. We've got them. We put the dirt in. We got the seeds. We've got them labeled. It's ready to go. It's ready to go right outside. All right, here we are bringing our little winter sowing seeds and our containers out to. I'm putting mine on the deck, and the sun, like it's kind of blind to me right now, but the morning sun is coming through. It's winter. Our temperature right now is probably 30-ish. And so these will get the morning sun. Hold on, I got one more. All right, there's the other one. That I ended up with 4 of the tubs, and so I'm going to have them right here on the deck all through the winter with the holes in the top. They should be able to get adequate rain, because in my area we do get enough rain. I don't know if where you live, if it will be. If not, you need to keep the soil moist. So you may have to take the top off and just slightly moisten them. You never want them soggy wet, but you might want to keep them moist. And we're going to try this together and see what we get. I really hope that it works, because I would love to have strong seedlings to plant in the spring. So we'll see how it goes. And remember, if you like this, be sure to like and subscribe and share these videos, and we'll just keep putting them out there for you. Y'all have a great day.